Hey, how's it going? You guys ever do an inventory? I always do an inventory. I got inventory off of I used to work all these jobs and jobs and industries and restaurants, they all do it. They all have an inventory. They count everything that's in that building. It's a pain in the butt, but once you do it, you get used to it. And once you do all this inventory, you just write down everything that's in that building. I mean, down to the nuts, down to the everything that's in a factory. You have to write down the quality. You have to double check, triple check because they have to come through and they have to make sure everything matches up so they put it in the system. That's what inventory is. Restaurant is the same thing. You have to do an inventory of the restaurant. Man, I used to work a lot of jobs because I had child support, and I used to watch managers. Used to come in, they do an inventory. Also, you can do an inventory like when you go shopping. You know, you can make. Ever since I got back on my old kick of doing inventory at home, uh, I noticed that my food bill went down instead of going in there and winging it. So what I do is I get up and sometimes I get up, I was a drag. I was like, dude, just walk in there and do an inventory, see what you need. I'm like, dang, man, come on, man. You don't do that at work. When I go to work, I'm just balls to the wall because I'm just wired that way because I grew up on the farm. I work around a lot of people, man. They just kind of half-ass do their job. And there's a lot of people in there that do work hard though. Anyway, so I was talking to a guy at work. I always tell you guys these stories about talking to people at work and how we talk about movies and stuff, right? And this guy named Ryan said I think he said he had like 3,000, 4,000 movies. I said, you really have that many movies? Maybe 1,500 too. I know it was up there. I said, dang, Ryan, that is a lot of movies. And he's trying to take some of those movies and he's trying to rebuy movies and put everything on Blu-ray. And I said, man, that's a lot of movies. But I said, Ryan, I told Ryan, I said, man, I ain't even got a fraction of that type. That many. I don't have that much room in here for that type of movies. Tell you the truth, I live in a half double. Ain't no way, man. I'd have to have drawers full of movies like that. So thank God, thankfully we have digital. You don't have to buy everything physical. And I am a physical type of guy. I like my physicals, but so I was sitting here, man, and I was like, you know what? What do I have in here? So I did an inventory of what all physical and digital I have in this house that I own. Are you ready for this? I have an inventory. This is my inventory. This is physicals only. I have inventory. I have box sets of physical copies. A box set. Box set is a box set, like you see back here. That's a box set. And down there, you see Smallville down there. That's a box set. You see Fringe down there. That's a box set. You see Harry Potter. You barely see it, but that's a box set. So I count all my box sets. I have 23 box sets. 23. 23 box sets. That's not counting all the discs that's in the. I mean, I can't imagine how many is in here. I ain't even opened this yet. So I did a physical. I did an inventory, and that's how many physical box sets I have. So that's just 23 box sets. Then I went and counted all my physicals in here, all the physicals I own, all these racks and all these shelves. Now I told you guys, my friend Ryan at work said he got like maybe 2 or 3,000 movies. I ain't even got a fraction of that. It comes to a grand total of 474 movies. I got 474 movies total. So I got 23 box sets of physical copies of, physicals. It's just physical. This means discs are inside, but that's 23 boxes. That's considered box set. When it's in a box like this, that's called a box set. 23 box sets in this house. I got 474 physical movies, copies, physical movies. That's 4K and Blu-ray. I did not separate. I was going to put how many 4Ks I got. I might do that later, but this is 4K, Blu-ray, and DVD. 474 total. Then I went to all my digital libraries because I was always curious how many digitals I own. So I got digitals. And this is the inventory of digitals. I went to my YouTube because I buy movies every now and then on that. I went to my YouTube. I got 11 digital movies that I purchased on YouTube. 11 digital movies on YouTube. 11. On Prime Video, I have 28 digital movies on Prime Video. 28. Yeah. On Fandango at home, I have 119 digitals purchased. Digital purchase, 119. This is over, you have to understand, this is over a period of years, really. You think about it. But have you guys ever done inventory at your house? Well, you just don't care. You probably don't care. But anyway, I just thought, I told you guys on this YouTube channel, I told you I'm going to be hopping around on a lot of things, man. I'll be talking about movies. I'm going to be talking about video games. I'm going to talk about stuff that's in the news, like video game news, movie news, not politics and stuff like that. Then I counted my games. My video games, I have 89 physical copies of video games. 89. I just realized I forgot to count my cartridges for my Nintendo. One thing I did not count is all the digital purchases on my Xboxes and my PlayStation. My PlayStation 4 and my Xbox got digital purchases. And my PS5 got digital purchases. But a lot of that stuff's been rolled over. So every time you go into a new system, all your stuff gets transferred. So I don't know how many. I don't think I really got that many digital. Xbox, I might have more on the Xbox. Xbox always have sales. Microsoft's Xbox. But I know PS4, I bought digital stuff there. And then when I got my PS5, everything just transferred over to the PS5, just like my Xbox Scorpio. When I bought that, everything transferred over to my Xbox Series X. But I just thought that was very interesting that, I got that inventory because I just thought it was just, I don't know why, I was just always intrigued when I was at work and watching them do inventory. I never miss inventory because it's easy work. Plus you get paid overtime. But it's just so weird because my job for years, man, when I first did inventory, I was struggling and I was trying to get my life back on track, and my life was just, ugh. But I was trying to get my gatherings and my feet, just get myself, I was just on probation. I was license suspended. It was rough. But I remember he said, man, I know you want to work, because the guy knew I was desperate because I was hungry. I needed food. I needed a place to stay. I had child support. It was rough. I had no car. I was, paying people to take me places and, asking people to do stuff for me. I thank God people did stuff for me. That was rough. Anyway, he said, you want to do inventory? I said, inventory? What's that? And I said, I think I know inventory. He said, yeah. So I come in, I walk in on inventory. I've been on my job almost 30 years. I remember walking in there, man. I was like 32 at that time, or 31. I remember walking in there, man. I seen all these free donuts, and they give you donuts, and if you work past 12, they bring in all this free pizza. Well, I did that, man. I never missed inventory after that. I'll do inventory every year. So it's a Saturday. You don't run production. All you do is go in there and count stuff and stand around talk. And you go over there and recount stuff and stand around talk. You go over here and count something else. You stand around talk. It's an easy day. So that's when I was like, wow, inventory. So I took that inventory, and every year I looked. And then when I was seeing my managers at one of my main when I worked at Rowley's is a hamburger place, and I worked at Rowley's like 4 or 5 hours in the afternoon, and then I'd work at Red Lobster on the weekend. And every now and then the manager I would have to, sometimes help the manager go back and count the meat in the freezer. And then when they bring the meat in, she told me, she goes, we got to put all the hamburger and all the stuff from 2 weeks ago over here, and all the stuff that came in off the truck you have to put over there. So all the new stuff that came off the truck had to go back this way, and all the stuff that haven't been used had to be pushed up this part so we could use it, so we can get it out there. I mean, we used it because we was always selling hamburgers. When I worked at Red Lobster, which is kind of like a, upscale restaurant, Rowley's is fast food restaurant, and then, Red Lobster. And then my manager would ask me questions like, there was this soap. This soap was a thing that would soak food and get the crud off, and we had to keep it separate. And you run stuff through the dishwasher, and then I would do dish like I did dish like 4 days a week, and then I do bake 2 days a week. Bake was cool, but I didn't like doing bake too much because I was always making that bread, and then I'd take a couple off the side and eat it because the bread come out of that oven, man. It was so good. But he'd ask me questions about this specific soap that was concentrated would get all the grease off, and we go through it because we had to make sure those dishes was clean. He asked me, he said, "How many of you think we go through that?" And I said 4. I said 4 would get you through. I said, but 5 would be the right number. And sometimes if we run out of stuff, we would have to go to the restaurant right across the street, which wasn't across the street. It was next door, and it was called Bob Evans. The manager would say, go over there, and I called Bob Evans, and Bob Evans is going to give you some stuff. And then when we get our stuff in, we have to give it back to Bob Evans because some of the restaurants use the same stuff. So we go to Bob Evans. Bob Evans would give us stuff because we run out, and then when we get our supply, we had to take what we got from Bob Evans and get it back to him. It was crazy, man. But I said, man, I was washing dishes. I looked at him. I said, man, 4 do you? But 5 is be perfect. So he always went by the number I give him. Every time I used to come back and go back there, and before I take out trash, he always had 5 of those bottles back. They were concentrated too. So that's where I got this inventory off of. So I was sitting around the house, man, because, we're on plant shutdown. And I said, I'm going to do an inventory of what I have in this house. Physical copies and digital copies. And like I said, I got 23 box sets. Those are physicals. I got 473 Blu-rays, 4Ks, and DVDs. YouTube, I got 11 digitals on YouTube. 11 digital movies that I purchased on YouTube. I have 28 digital movies I purchased on Prime Video. And I have 119 movies I purchased on Fandango at home, which was Vudu at one time. And then I got 81 physical copies of video games that I own. So anyway, I just thought that was very interesting to share that with you guys. Do you guys take an inventory? Do you see how much you have? Do you take a look at what you own and downsize? Have you looked in your closets and seen clothes that you don't wear anymore? You can take it to Goodwill or take it to one of these Salvation Army places or one of these boxes they got set up and just give it to somebody else to see what they use. I've done that a lot. So anyway, I thought that was interesting to share with you guys. So we'll catch you in the next video. God bless.